Good evening, GWT family. Sorry guys, I had myself on mute. uh, Hello to everyone for tuning in. This is our final webinar for 2016. Wherever you're tuning in from around Australia and New Zealand, thank you so much for jumping on. I know that there's a lot of people that are on holidays at the moment, but no matter what, our businesses don't stop. So hats off to all of you for jumping on tonight. This is your ambassador and friend Katrina Naylor. This is my last webinar for the month of December, and I'll be handing over to another lucky luxury consultant who'll be running the webinars for January. So guys, just going to maybe wait a minute or two, see if there's any more people that are going to jump on. I know a lot of people, like myself, I actually forgot about the webinar until I got my reminder because I was in holiday mode. So I hope you've all had an amazing Christmas with your family and friends, no matter where you are in the world and what you've been able to get up to, and stayed safe. Tonight's webinar is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to be going through troubleshooting your business. Now, the reason I've chosen this topic for the end of the year is, I guess, to set the pace in terms of where you're at in your business, and maybe looking at what you need to readjust, or maybe what you're not doing in your business to roll into 2017 and to kick off on the right foot. So it's all about staying forensic and using the tools. So a lot of you that are on the call tonight, you may or may not have seen this particular form, which is in our back office. If you haven't seen it, it is in the business tools section in our back office. So please jump in there and have a look for it. But it is called Troubleshoot, Troubleshooting Your Business. I will just share my screen so you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can all see that. So we'll get started. Like I said, thank you for jumping on tonight. This is our final webinar for 2016. We are going to be rolling into a massive 2017. The momentum's still rolling strong from Ramin's trip down under. And, you know, it's now or never for us to put pedal to the metal. So guys, this is a really good tool to use for your business. It kind of ties in with the Forensic Networker 8 categories of distributorship. So it's a perfect tool to, I call it your business health check. I found this at the beginning of when I started with GWT, and I find that it's a very helpful tool. So if you want to get out your pens and paper, you can follow along with me, and you can actually score yourself. And you can give yourself a score for each of the questions, and at the end you can actually tally it up and see where you're sitting in terms of your business, the health of your business. So we're just going to get started. So as you can see, oops, sorry guys, wrong screen. So when a distributor has a slow start in network marketing, it's usually because they're simply not following the system. So at GWT, we understand that most new distributors have very little experience, if any, in running their own home business. And to help them progress, GWT provides cutting-edge training to ensure their success. And I can vouch that we have some of the best training, if not the best training, going around in the network marketing space. So, you know, tools like this are on point for helping us grow our business. So this Troubleshoot Your Business document, and it is an integral part of the GWT training program, and it helps to advance momentum with a systematic troubleshooting checklist. Now, we like to stay forensic and use the tools. Like I said, this is in your back office in Business Tools. You can find it. I recommend that you download it and keep it as a tool as you progress. Maybe do a checkup every 6 months, maybe every month, depending on your growth and where you want to be sitting. So to simplify, your business is growing slower. If it's growing slower than you would like, the answer is one or more lines of this checklist. So if you've got a pen and paper, guys, we're going to get started. So you can mark yourself as a yes or a no, and depending on your score, if it's a no, you get 0 points. If it's a yes, you'll get the points that I actually will. I'll say it out loud because some of you might not be able to see the screen right now. So the first one, my Generation 1, so that's your personally enrolled, and I fluently know all company information, phone, fax, website, ticketing system, the G-Line and Facebook pages. So give yourself a score, guys. It's either a yes or no, and if it's a yes, you get 5 points. So do you and your Generation 1 fluently know all company information, including phone, fax, website, ticketing system, Gline and Facebook pages? I'm going to play along with this as well because I can assure you that my score could be definitely improved. So give yourself yes or no, and if it's a yes, then give yourself 5 points. Now the second one, my Generation 1 and I regularly listen to all advanced training webinars. So Sundays, and we've got the Tuesday startup training webinar. So guys, this isn't I get on sometimes, every 2 weeks I get on the training webinars. I've missed, 3 out of 4 or 1 out of 4. This is if you're getting on them regularly and you're listening to all of them. Even if you've got to play catch up if you're at work, you're making sure that you're listening to all the recordings. So give yourself a yes or a no, and you're going to mark yourself with 5 points if it's a yes. And be honest, guys. This is about honesty in your business and giving yourself a bit of a check-up from the neck up. So if you're lying to yourself and giving yourself more points, we're not at school, we're not cheating off the person sitting next to us. Just be honest with yourself, and this could be the difference between your business growing faster in 2017 or staying at the pace that you've been sitting in 2016. So the third question, my Generation 1 and I attend all local events. This is all local events, most regional events, and have registered for the annual international convention. Now guys, when this says all local events, if you're in Perth, this means you're coming along to the Wednesday night tours. You're coming along to the once a month boot camps. The regional events, if you're in Australia and New Zealand and you came across for the convention or for one of the My 5 visits when they come to Australia, that you're coming along to those events no matter what, and that you've registered, got your tickets, and booked your accommodation for the annual international convention. So say yes or no, guys, yes or no, and you get 10 points. 10 big points for that. All right, so that's question number 3. Now question number 4, my Generation 1 and I have all must-have company tools. So this includes the prospecting packs, the lookbooks, the posh books, the forensic networker kits. Be honest, if you don't have them yet, then you need to say no. If it's a yes, you get 10 points. So guys, score yourself for that. Do you and your Generation 1 have all the must-have company tools? So if that's a yes, you get 10 points. If it's a no, sorry, you get 0 points. The next question, question number 5. My Generation 1 and I regularly utilized My 5. So you guys, if you're on the call and you haven't touched base with your My 5 in the last week, in the last 2 weeks, in the last 3 weeks, in the last 4 weeks, then this is a big fat no and you get 0 points. So my Generation 1 and I regularly utilize My 5. So that's our qualified upline support team for 3-way calls and training. If you answered yes, you get 10 points. If you answered no, you get 0 points. Now guys, I'm going to tell you that I'm putting myself as a no, that I'm getting 0 points because I'm not using my My 5 enough. I'm checking in with them every now and again, but I'm not using them enough. So that's, for me, it's going to be a 0. Even though I probably, every week, every 2 weeks I'm touching base, it's still not enough. These are my qualified My 5 upline. So guys, give yourself 10 points if it's a yes and you're using them, and it's 0 points if it's a no. So next one is question number 6. My Generation 1 and I have clearly identified my 3 important reasons why I started our GWT business. So guys, this is back to your why makes you cry. If you haven't written down the 3 most important reasons why you started this business, then you're probably floundering because you have no idea why you're doing this business. This is really, really important. So if you've clearly identified your 3 important reasons, you can give yourself 10 points. If you haven't, then it's 0, guys. And this is really critical. Why you do anything is the reason that you wake up in the morning and jump out of bed. The reason that you go to your job every day is because you're going to get that paycheck. Why did you start GWT? Now, if you haven't clearly identified that with your first generation, you need to do that because that'll be the driving force behind their action. And revisit the why. They might get their first why. It might be to pay off a credit card. They do that. They make the money in GWT. So then you got to come up with your next why. Really important, guys. That's question number 6. If you said yes and you've got a rock solid 3 whys, then you get 10 points. Now, question number 7. My Generation 1 and I are fluent in the 5-minute napkin presentation and the drive home tour. Guys, if you're on the call and you don't know what that is, you can find it in your back office. If you don't know what it is, you're getting 0 points. If you don't know how to do the 5-minute napkin presentation or the drive home tour, it's 0 points. If you know it and you can do it at the drop of a hat, you get 20 points. You can see how valuable those points are, which means those tools right there are key. You need to know how to do that. That's like reading the back of your hand. So question number 8. Question number 8. My Generation 1 and I share with the world via social media, text blast, email blast. I just launched my home-based business by becoming an email operator, and so did my friends. I want to tell you about it. Or something along those lines. Are you guys using social media? You know, one of the things that I always encourage is that you share what you do with your friends and family. It doesn't mean you become a billboard, but if they don't know what you're doing, then when all of a sudden you're like, oh, I started a business, they're going to be surprised, right? So sharing it on social media is fun, it's exciting, and you never know who's watching. So if you do that, then you get 15 points. So if that's a yes, you get 15 points. If it's a no, you get 0. And I suggest that you get started on your social media, guys. So the next one, my Generation 1 and I share with our friends and family by calling them. Who here on the call does not pick up their phone? I don't pick up my phone enough, not at all. So guys, if you are picking up your phone and you're talking to your friends and family, you know, I just launched my home-based business by becoming an email operator, and so did my friends. I want to tell you about it. You can give yourself 15 points for answering yes. If you are not calling, then you get a big fat 0. So you can see, guys, the point system is very valuable to see the key items here. You know, if you're not doing these things, then, you know, your business is probably going quite slow. So pick up the phone, call them. If that was a yes, it's 15 points. Next one is question number 10. My Generation 1 and I have scheduled our branding parties weekly and conducting them. Now, guys, the one thing that you'll notice as we go through these questions is that they link to forensic. They link to your DMO. They link to your WMO. These are all income-producing activities. So question 10 again. My Generation 1 and I have scheduled our branding parties weekly and we're conducting them. If you answered yes, then you get 20 points. How valuable is it to do branding parties weekly? So 20 points, guys, if you answered yes. If it's a no, you get 0 points. I feel like I'm on a game show. Hopefully everyone's playing along and I haven't lost anybody. So the next one is question 11. Now, question 11, my Generation 1 and I are sending out prospecting packs and lookbooks to all invitees in advance to ensure they show up to the branding party. Are you doing that? Are you sending out prospecting packs and lookbooks to all invitees in advance to ensure they show up to the branding party? If it's a yes, you get 5 points. If it's a no, you get 0 points. Question number 12. My Generation 1 and I follow up on all of our prospects until they become involved or simply say they are not interested. Infinite follow-up. We can, you know, fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not continually following up your prospects, then you get a 0 here. If you are, and it's a yes, then you get 10 points. So 10 points if it's a yes. Infinite follow-ups, guys. No one ever comes out of your DMO box because, as we know, a no is just a not right now or just a maybe or, you know, maybe later. It's never a no. I think it's about 7 to 13 contacts before someone says yes. So, guys, make sure that you – oops, sorry, I just went back one. Okay, so question number 13. My Generation 1 and I are always promoting the next events, tours, branding parties, special webinars and conference calls. You know, I know a lot of people within the team think that, you know, it's up to others to promote. It is up to every business owner, that means every email operator, to promote the next events. So, you know, I know that I'm promoting them. Stacey's promoting them. I see Rob, Trevina, you know, a few others that are promoting them, but we need everyone to promote the events. It is up to every single email operator to promote the events, not just, you know, individual people. You are your own business owner. So if you own a business, what do? You promote, you market. So guys, if you are constantly promoting, then you get 10 points if it's a yes. If you're not, then you get 0 points, but I encourage you to start promoting. The thing that will happen, if your team, your generation 1, 2, 3 start seeing you promote, they see that you're active, that you're really supporting and being engaged in what the business tools are. So that's going to filter down. Your team will do what you do. Monkey see, monkey do. So guys, promote, promote, promote. Everyone should be promoting. So the next one is, I always fill the survey for my prospect after a tour. Guys, these surveys are not just a piece of paper. They are a key tool in closing a prospect. They have been developed with many, many, many people with the experience in the industry to ensure that it's the most powerful tool after a tour. You know, it tells you exactly where your prospect's at and how you can then lead into, you know, better setting them up in terms of starting the business. So if you always fill the survey for your prospect after a tour, you can give yourself 5 points. If you don't, then you get big fat 0. Okay, guys, so next question is number 15. My Generation 1 and I have reviewed and followed the next 30 days action plan, the launch pad, and the compensation plan. If you have reviewed and followed it and you continue to do it with your new people, then you can give yourself a big 20 points. As we know, the next 30-day action plan and the launch pad are so powerful. You know, the launch pad is why our business exploded in Australia and New Zealand in the first 30 days. It's why Stacey became the first ambassador of Australia within the first 30 days. The launch pad is so powerful. The next 30 days action plan is so powerful. The compensation plan, it sets your people up for their maximum success. You're doing them a disservice if they don't know about these tools. So guys, give yourself a big yes if you are all over this, and you get 20 points. 20 points. You can see how powerful those tools are. So don't dismiss them. So, so important. We're getting to the end, guys. So the next question, number 16, is my Generation 1 and I have placed business ads in the newspaper. Now, this is a bit of a curveball. I'm not sure how many people do this, but let's step this up from newspaper to job advertising. It could be Gumtree, it could be in the Quokka, it could be any of your local newspapers. Give yourself 10 points if you are doing that. Business ads in the newspaper or equivalent, not just on your social media page, but actually in proper business ads in newspapers. So that's 10 points if it's a yes, 0 points if it's a no. Okay, question number 17. My Generation 1 and I conduct or participate in one branding party every week. So you're either conducting or you're participating. So if you're new in the business, you're still not confident to run one, you're at least going along to one per week. If you are doing that, give yourself 5 points. If you're not, 0 points. 0 points, guys. Question 18. I have 10 prospecting packs to give to prospects at all times. Those prospecting packs are so powerful. You know, when Lior was here, he explained them and the media accolades as being sunscreen for the sun blockers, okay? So this is making sure that you've got 10 prospecting packs to give to prospects at all time. That's a simple yes or no. If it's a yes, then you get 10 points. If it's a no, 0. Okay, guys. The next one's really important as well, is that you completely understand the navigation of the GWT website and back office. This is really important because when you've got new people coming on, even VIP customers, you need to know how to navigate in case they've got questions, and you want to be proficient in how your business runs. You know, the website and the back office are continually being upgraded, amazing tools in there. This is where this tool comes from, troubleshooting your business, and I'm sure there's some of you on the call tonight who have never seen this before. So guys, Make sure that you completely understand the navigation of the GWT website in the back office. If you're a yes, then you can give yourself 5 points. If you're a no, 0 points. Our last two, guys, last two. So my Generation 1 and I have reviewed the training documents and have watched all the video trainings and tutorials posted in the back office. Give yourself 10 points if you're all over this. It's a big fat 0 if it's a no. So this is all the training documents and you've watched all the video trainings and tutorials that are in the back office. This isn't on our gwt.com. This is in the back office, guys. So give yourself 10 points if you're all over that. And, you know, a lot of stuff's been updated. So if you haven't looked in there a while, I would suggest that you get in and familiarize yourself with the new tools. So the last question is, my Generation 1 and I utilize one-on-one, two-on-one, three-way calls, online tours, and branding parties as a main method of presentation. Guys, if you're not doing this, your business is probably at a standstill. You need to utilize one-on-one, two-on-one, three-way calls, online tours, and branding parties as your main method of presentation. So one-on-one, coffee shop, two-on-one, coffee shop, someone's house, you know, it could be in a restaurant, doesn't matter. Three-way calls, obviously Zoom, Skype, however you guys want to do that with your My5. Online tours, you can send the links to the videos that are already existing. You can do webinars, you know, these online tours are really powerful. Branding parties, as we said, is another method of presentation. So guys, give yourself 20 points if it's a yes, and give yourself 0 if it's a no. Now guys, you'll see that you can total your score up. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to total your score up. And what I would love to do is actually unmute a couple of people to share with me what they've gotten out of this troubleshooting your business. Now you can see, once you've added up your scores, and I'll give you guys maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, maybe 1 minute to add up your scores. It shouldn't take too long. And then I'll just go through the different categories so we can share that with everybody. So the total score determines your status and income potential. So this is potential, guys. And like I said, I'm referring this back to the Forensic Networker 8 categories of distributorship. You know, we all know that there's those 8 categories that we can fall into, and this is a really good scorecard to help place you in those categories. So let's go through them. So if you scored 176 to 200 points, then you are a serious part-time email operator with a 6-figure per year income potential, which is massive, guys. That's where you want to be, right? That's why we've all on this call, we're taking our business seriously. You know, it might be the 27th of December, just after Christmas and Boxing Day, but you're on this call because you're serious about your business. So if you're not in this in this category yet, you're going to be close to being there because you're dedicated to your business tonight. Category B, 126 to 175 points. You're a part-time operator with a few $1,000s per month income potential. Still good, guys. Obviously, we want to get everyone up to that serious part-timer. And then you can see if you got 51 to 125 points, you're a casual sometime operator with a few $100s per month income potential. And then if you're 0 to 50, you're a GWT customer buying from their own store. And, you know, unfortunately, there's probably a lot of email operators that think that they're an operator, but really they're falling into the GWT customer buying. So, guys, with that, I would love to unmute a couple of you so you can share with people on the call. So, you know, tonight was all about setting, I guess, a benchmark or raising the bar for yourselves. What do you need to do rolling into 2017 to get your business into high momentum? The rubber meets the road. Take advantage of Ramin being down under and looking at all the tools that, you know, can help you in your business. So have I got a couple people that want to put their hands up? Otherwise, I'm just going to randomly pick a few people who can come on the line. I know we've got Stacy. Stacy, I might get you on the line. I'll just unmute you. Stace, can you hear me?
Kat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Kat, how you doing?
Good.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody as well. Hope everybody's having a really good time with friends and family first and foremost, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody in the new year. What an epic topic to pick leading into 2017, and I couldn't have picked a better topic, Kat, so thank you for that. For myself, I'm always very, very hard on myself, so you know, I'm looking at my numbers and I'm going, oh my goodness, Stacey, what are you doing? 2017 is going to go off with a bang. But for myself, I'm pretty much around the BC to be quite honest, and it's a good time for me to reflect actually, because now the jolly season is over, and now I can actually get back into it and start raising my numbers to the highest of heights, especially for 2017, because that's, you know, we've got to bring Australia up and put them into #1 spot, and we can only do that when we all are accountable to our actions. So that's me, Kat. Thank you.
Awesome, Stace. Thank you. Yeah, I'm about the same as you. I'm probably falling further back to the sea. So I need to get my butt into gear for 2017 as well. And I know that our forensic challenge is going to help us do that. So thanks, Stace. Have an amazing new year, and I'll see you in the new year. Now, who else is daring to share with me on the call and everyone else where they're at? If I can get anyone to raise their hands, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm just going to randomly pick you. Here we go. Let's see. Who was playing along? Okay. Sonia, boss lady, love it. Sonia, can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Merry Christmas.
Oh, excellent. Merry Christmas to you too. I can't wait for this Christmas period to be over. I just want to get out there and you know, sustain the momentum. But I have actually got just under the A. What does P stand for? I guess that probably stands for progress.
That's
is that right, Kate?
That's awesome.
Yeah, is that what P? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in progress, and 2 no's, and the rest were yeses.
Amazing.
So I've just fallen under A. Look, I'm absolutely serious about this, and I'm glad you chose this topic, because this was something I was going to look into, especially this troubleshooting your business as an accountability for the team. So it's a perfect forensic tool, I should say. But no, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at the tour, the event tour.
Awesome, thanks, Sonia. I wouldn't expect anything less. You are on fire, and your focus and dedication is just something to be admired. So thank you for sharing with us. Who
awesome,
else
thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you too, Kat.
All right. So I'm actually going to see if our one and only regional ambassador, Ronan Trufon, would like to share a few words, considering it's our last webinar for the year. So Ronan, I'm just going to unmute you. You can just unmute yourself. Oh, maybe not. We'll see if we can get someone else. We'll see if we can get someone else on while Ronan's. Oh no, here we go.
Hi Kat, how you doing?
Hey Ronan, good. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Having a few difficulties and challenges here with the internet, but I'm trying to stick on. I'm with you. But if there was a question, you will need to repeat it.
There was no questions. I just thought I would unmute you and see if you wanted to say a few words for our last webinar of 2016 and share with the team.
Definitely. Okay, so that's it. I just got disconnected on that area, and wow, first of all, the big things for 2016 for me is actually all of you that are taking the responsibility of becoming business owners, understood that if it is to be, it's up to me. everyone has decided to volunteer and put themselves in positions of responsibility and running webinars and monthly boot camps and weekly tours. And I think when we look every year, and if I can say bigger things next year, it's even better, but when we truly look about the joint effort, it is not any one individual that is really doing incredible things that are making all of this happen. It is the joint effort of everyone. And in a way, in a bit of a paradoxical way, even the joint effort of the ones that are not doing, because it puts us into a little bit more extra effort and extra learning to put ourselves into motion and pick up the phone and call them and send an email and say, hey, it's been a while, what's up? And so even the ones that are passive are helping us, the leadership, to become more active, more accurate, and through those actions we are saving a certain percentage of people that are sleepers and making sure that we truly uphold the concept of no LC left behind. So that would be one summary of the greatness that I see in Team Australia New Zealand. And this is, in my opinion, why you have all achieved #2 in the world, which is again and again and again. Every time I say it, it really doesn't shock me, it doesn't surprise me, it just happened faster than I expected. And that is to the attribute and the greatness of everyone in Australia and New Zealand that has been a part of this. Second thing that I would want to really acknowledge and say how blessed I am to be able to be a part of such a unique path. First of all, being so lucky that the universe guided me to this fashion house in Canada that for 10 years beneath my nose I've never heard of. Second of all, for the universe guiding, unique, incredible people such as Stacey Renata and her family that, through her has brought to me incredible people like yourself, Katrina and Tanya, and, people that I miss and have not seen active for a while, which is Tony and Charlotte, which I hope we will see re-engage with us soon. The old crew that came together, which is, in the old days there was Ara and Corey and Cherry Mokomoko, and of course the third generations that were the same as the family in the beginning, Brooke, and it's nagging in my brain that I'm missing one out of all of those, but again, I don't have anything prepared ahead of time. This is just me thinking loud and speaking from my heart. So if I am missing something and missing someone from the core beginning, I highly apologize. But those group of 5 people originally, 5 families that have extended to hundreds and hundreds, I believe are the core beginning of something that in the next decade, when we'll sit and watch, Australia will definitely know the names of Ferry, names of GWT, but most important, they will know the names of each and every one of the pioneers that are on this call now, some of them that are not celebrating with their families and will listen to this recording. So to all of you, I wanted to say thank you. I think 2016 was a monument year. It's a year I'll remember forever as the building of the foundation of something that is going to become massive, huge. And the only thing that I would like to remind everyone else, and I know you're going to probably cover it over and over again in webinars to come, which is our New Year webinar that many of us are waiting to hear. A lot of new additions and new announcements that are coming up. This is really the target line to aim for. I remember every year on that webinar, massive things have happened, especially to the ones that have been on it and not missed it. And they are restricted by times and numbers, so make sure that you're there online early enough, quarter of an hour before, so you don't run out of line and not manage to log in like a few people could not last year. And of course, that should be a prelude to one of the biggest parties this company has had in Niagara Falls in our yearly convention, which of course everyone on this call I hope already has the tickets for, the flying tickets, everything booked, you know, but that is where I will end my part of 2016 in being grateful, in saying thank you to each and every one of you. And if there's anyone out there that at any time during this year I have somehow pissed off or in any way said things they disagreed with me or find my behavior pattern or mannerism in any way disturbing, offensive, bugging, I beg for not being good enough to identify what it is that I have done to make you feel that way, but I will promise that as I do on a daily basis, I will always try and become, not try, but I will become a better vehicle, a better vessel for each and every one of you, my partners, and in a way my family, so I can less aggravate and be of more use. And that's it. I think you are the most rocking family in this company worldwide, and I'm proud to be a part of all of you. So thank you very much, and let's make 2017 let's make it the year that we will remember as the tipping point, as the year that made everything in our life that we really desired and want either get to us or at least get us much closer to that point. And that's it. Thank you again, Katrina. I think you've done an incredible hosting for the month, and big shoes to fill. I'm really keen to see who the next person after you, what they will do, and I'm sure they're going to be great. So I'm going to transfer this back to you and say happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you so much, Ronan. Much love to you, and thank you for all of your efforts this year, and obviously beyond this year for those of us that have been in the GWT family longer. You know, you're absolutely one of our biggest supports, and I know that everyone has such admiration and respect for you. And got a couple comments in. So Sonia said, praising criticism at its best, Ronan, you are the man. So thank you, Ronan, and have an amazing new year with your family. And I'll see you in Melbourne, no doubt.
Looking forward to it. Take care and thank you.
Thanks, Ronan. Thanks, guys. So I know we're over time just slightly, but I've got a couple of announcements I'll quickly go through. If any of you would like to say a couple of words, then raise your hand or put it in the questions box and I'll unmute you. Obviously, it's our last webinar for year, so if you've got any final 2006 words, then now is your time, otherwise forever hold your peace. So I just want to go into our tour for tomorrow night. We've got none other than diplomat Trevina McDonald going to be presenting at Hotel Northbridge tomorrow night, 6:30 registration, 7 p.m. tour. It is the last one for 2016. I know Trevina will absolutely rock this. Guys, get down, support, go for dinner and drinks afterwards, and you know, cheer on our 2016. And you know, the momentum at our tours is just getting greater and greater. So get down there. Just quickly mentioning the Singapore tour. That's on tomorrow as well, 7 p.m. So I think this is the first tour I've seen for Singapore. So if you know anyone in Singapore, get them along to that event. And as Ronan said, we do have the webinar for New Year's. Now this webinar will go for a few hours, so make sure you block out your time. The announcements will be insane. It was last year. And the lines will pack out. So make sure that you're on that call early. You don't want to miss your spot. So make sure that all your team know about this. There will be some massive announcements, as Ronan said. And we've got our international convention that everyone knows about. So hopefully you have your tickets, you have your accommodation, you've blocked out those dates. Get on, get your airfares sorted. Guys, it will be absolutely phenomenal. It is in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, just to remind everybody, Canadian side of Niagara Falls, not the American side. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. You know, these events are just absolutely mind-blowing. So guys, we also have the DMO, the Forensic Challenge. So this, there'll be an announcement shortly for a webinar for those that are going to be involved in that. So we'll be kicking that off ASAP, and as you can see from the topic we covered tonight, all the things that maybe you're not doing, you will be doing as part of your DMO if you want to win the forensic challenge. So guys, that's definitely a key piece to kick off your 2017. And other than that, I'll see you all in 2017. I wish you a happy and safe new year with your family. Stay safe on the roads, stay safe in swimming holes, boats, you name it, guys. Be safe on the roads and look after each other. And guys, you know, let's just get ready to rock 2017. We've finished off 2016 massive. I want to send some love out to all of our GWT family, not just in Australia and New Zealand, but the rest of the world, for your continued support. You know, each of us cheering each country on. Let's see who can pull off position #1 rolling into 2017. Much love, guys. Happy and safe holidays, and I will see you very soon. Good night. To the billion.